I've owned the store for about 12 years. I was offered the chance of buying the business at the only time in my life when I could have afforded it. I was going through a divorce at the time, so out of something bad, something good came. I always loved, when I was about 6 or 7, there was always light entertainment stuff on TV, the pop stars of the day, people like Cliff Richard and Sandy Shaw and Dusty Springfield, they all had their shows on BBC and I always loved them. And then when I got to be about 10, I became obsessed with Top of the Pops and all the glam bands at the time, people like Slade and Sweet, and that coincided with me being bought a record player. So my dad would come home on a Friday night with a 25p single and sort of I started buying them. 2008, when the banks fucked us over, business fell through the floor. Anybody with a high street shop has found it very, very hard. Vinyl is doing very, very well. Vinyl sales are increasing year on year. CD sales are slowing down, almost to a point where they're stationary. So my customers fall into the bracket of what HMV used to call 50 quid man. And 50 quid man was a grey-haired bloke over 40 who was buying the £50 Bob Dylan box set, everything that he had, but he was buying it again, and that was HMV's ideal customer. I almost think that vinyl is a reaction against technology. I mean, music is instant, and something like Spotify is fantastic, iTunes is okay, you know, I've got an iPod, I love having 15,000 tunes in my pocket, that's great. But as Kindles take off, I think the sale of hardback books are going up. People react against it, or they want something special. And I think as long as record companies keep on putting stuff out that's good quality, that's nicely packaged, that's nicely pressed, that sounds good, I think vinyl will survive, even though you can download something like that. It won't sound as good. So if they can do something that's superior in appearance and in quality, I think there will always be a market for it. Some people come and shop with me because they make a conscious decision to try and support an independent shop. And other people like to come in and physically see what they're buying, listen to something, hear something that they weren't expecting. They know that if I'm selling something for $12.99, it's going to be a couple of pounds cheaper on Amazon. Luckily, it isn't always about the cheapest. The money, the cost of it isn't always the, bottom line. It is for some people, and that's fine. But other people make a conscious decision to support a shop, and God bless them. From a practical point of view, there's a generation buying vinyl who weren't told vinyl is dead, chuck it all out, buy compact discs. People in their teens, their 20s, vinyl's been there all of their lives. I don't know. I think it's cooler. It sounds better. It looks better. At the moment, it's what people want. I don't know if that'll last, but at the moment, vinyl is the future.